Welcome to EDUC 548, Literacy and Language Development in ESOL. This course is online. I'm Dr. White. I'll be your instructor for this course. You're welcome to email me at any time, and as is noted below in the syllabus, on weekdays I'll return an email within 24 hours. On weekends it's 48 hours. It's usually much sooner. My Skype name is MCS White, and we can set up any time around your schedule. If you'd prefer to talk over the phone or talk over Skype, please don't hesitate to ask to talk. I'm happy to help. I know sometimes online learning can feel a little bit disjointed, and so I do work very hard to make sure we still have that connection, and I'm happy to help. Even if it's just to talk through some stuff that you're seeing in your school or that you've experienced. I'm happy to help. So this course really focuses on language acquisition in relation to theories and practices in literacy in a second language. So we're going to talk about acquiring reading skills, teaching strategy for second language literacy development, the research that's happening on literacy and language development. And really at the core, we're looking at Standard 3 in our TESOL CAPE standards, planning for standards-based ESL and content instruction. Now it's really important to note why TESOL combines those two. We're talking about English as a new language, English as a second language. We actually have an acronym sheet we'll go over in our class because everything's changing. And content. It's always combined. When we're teaching language education, we're always teaching content. We don't want students to fall behind in content learning because we're focusing on some disjointed verb worksheet. No, we should be reading a historical text that has past use of verbs in English and teaching it through that. We're always teaching language through content. Our course text, scroll too fast. Our course text is Reading, Writing, and Learning in ESL. Please make sure you have that by the early next week. So early in our second week of the course, because you're going to have your reflection due. I really recommend getting memberships to New York TESOL or RALC, which is our Rochester Area Literacy Council, or International Literacy Association. It's really cheap when you're a student, and they have the most amazing resources. By the end of this course, you're going to demonstrate an understanding of language acquisition and development as well as culture and how it affects student learning. You'll know foundational knowledge about literacy and language instruction. You'll demonstrate understanding of learner development and individual learning differences. You'll be able to plan, implement, and manage standards-based ESL literacy and content instruction using resources and technology effectively. You will hopefully commit to supporting the varying and diverse needs of students. I doubt you're taking this class if you haven't already made that commitment. And you'll commit to professional development, partnership, and advocacy. So these align with both of our TESOL standards, our International Literacy Standards, our CEC standards, as well as the School of Education's conceptual framework. Now, each assignment that's listed here in the syllabus also has an assignment explanation video, so I'm not going to get into too much depth, but all of the summaries of each assignment and the rubrics are here in the syllabus if you want to refer back to them, but there's lots more information on Canvas about each assignment. Now, if you'll scroll down to our calendar in the syllabus, I try to make the calendar and course schedule as user-friendly as possible. So in the left-hand column, we have what week it is, the date, then our topics, what are we going to discuss this week, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You'll probably have to do some work on the weekends, especially if you're working full-time, but I set it up so the due dates are always during the week, so if you'd like your weekends for your family and you just want to work this way, you're more than welcome to. So it has readings, watching the explanation video. Our reading reflections are always due on Tuesdays. Each week, you'll do your readings, and then you'll write a 1 to 2 page summary, and you'll submit it through Canvas about not just what you read, because I've read all of these. I don't need a summary. I want you to get to the heart of how this connects to you. How does it connect to your experiences? How does it connect to students that you interact with? Different readings that you've also connected to this, or videos that you've seen that connected to this. What questions do you still have? And I'll read these every week and I'll respond back to you. I'll respond back to your thoughts. I'll respond back to readings. I'll respond back to questions that you still have. And that is going to support the other thing you're going to have to do during the week. Scroll back up here. You also have weekly group discussions. Now you're going to get to pick the time with your group, and they can be asynchronous, they can be online. So that reading reflection that we just talked about, remember, here's the rubric for it. Connecting to text, connecting to students is really the importance. The group discussion, you're going to want to use your reflection to prepare for the group discussion. You want to talk about what you're experiencing, what you've seen in different school environments that you've worked within. The last 5 to 10 minutes of your group discussion should create a summary of what you discussed, who was there. Make sure you post the names of who was there. You have to post within 24 hours of your group meetings. Be detailed, informative, and insightful, but you don't have to copy what everybody says. You can just summarize. If you have a conflict during your scheduled time, now remember, you're going to fill out the Google Sheet. I'll show you in a second. So this schedule should work around your own schedule. But if you have a conflict, you can see if you can join another group, or you can see if your group can change the meeting time. Attendance is mandatory. You can't have meaningful discussions and learn more from your colleagues if you're not there to discuss. So it's your responsibility to be at each of these group meetings. It's the responsibility of the group to alert me if somebody's not attending or if their participation is harmful to the learning community. If you don't attend, you're going to lose points on your score. And this is graded twice through the semester. You'll get a midterm group meeting summary score and a final group meeting summary score. And I apologize, when I said there was further information about each assignment, not about the reading reflections or about the group meetings. That is just how it's in the syllabus in this video. So as you can see, we have different breaks in the semester. We have a fall break and we have a Thanksgiving break. Assignments are usually due on Fridays. For each assignment, you'll get to submit a rough draft for feedback. They don't ever have to be finished. That's okay. It's as finished as you want it to be to get feedback from me. So you'll submit it, I'll give you detailed feedback, and then you can make your final submission. Here's our references. If you ever have one of our assignments and you want to refer to one of the readings you've done in our course, here's all the different references following APA 6th. If there's a reading that's not from our course text, it'll be posted on Canvas. If you have any disabilities or need any accommodations or modifications, please let me know. I'm happy to work with you. I'm happy to meet your needs where they are. Again, I'll respond 24 hours during the week, 48 hours on the weekends. If you need additional information, additional readings, summaries, conversation, please don't hesitate to ask. My goal is always to grade and return all assignments within 72 hours of due date. If something has occurred in my life where I can't meet that, I will let you know. Make sure you're using people first language, so child with autism, adult with a disability. We're using intellectual disability. Remember, this is an online course, so access to reliable internet and a computer is required. You're still required to complete any work, regardless of technology failures. The library on campus has available technology. I'm sure your local library, if you're not on Geneseo's campus, has technology. You should assume 3 hours of work per week for this class, as well as the 1 hour synchronous meeting. Some weeks will be shorter, some weeks will be longer based on projects. But this is an independent learning environment. It's rigorous and it's challenging. It's a graduate level course. When you see the work is due, it's due by 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Late work will result in loss of credit towards an assignment unless prior arrangements have been made. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me. If something's happening in your life, the goal of these assignments isn't just to be completed, to just be done. The goal of these assignments is for you to get something out of them as a future instructor of English language learners. So I don't want you to rush through something because something's going on rather than take the time and get to the heart of the issue. I'd rather work with you to come up with a schedule that fits you better. The Writing Learning Center is a wonderful resource. If you need help with APA 6th edition, they are there and they are ready to help. If you need help finding different research to support any of your projects in our course, the library is there as well. If you need to familiarize yourself with our academic dishonesty and plagiarism policy, it's available here on Geneseo's website. Now remember, it's not just copying somebody else's work and putting your name on it. It also includes copying your own work that you've already received credit for in another course. Make sure you're completing your own unique work for this class. If you use somebody else's work, so say a worksheet or a video, make sure you cite the source. If you're uncertain about how to properly cite a source, let me know. I'm here to help. Now, a big thing to note is in our group meetings, you're going to be talking with other professionals. They're going to have examples, and sometimes those examples are what you don't want to do. But people need to be able to talk in this group setting and share experiences without fear that they're going to leave the group and go back and tell somebody else. Now, names of students and generally names of other colleagues and principals and stuff, you should use pseudonyms. Just because, especially if FERPA with students, you don't want to have to get into confidentiality rules. But you also should have enough respect for your classmates that not to have to worry that what you share with them will leave. Here's other sources for different readings and websites that you can use in our class. And here's the School of Ed Graduate Conceptual Framework. If you are a graduate student in your School of Education, you are working as an accomplished scholar, an accomplished constructivist educator, and an accomplished reflective practitioner. Now let's do a quick overview of Canvas. So my Canvas will look a little bit different than yours because I have teacher status, so you'll see I can edit and such. But here's all of my contact information again. The syllabus is right here. It's available if you click this button that's going to pop up. And here's the course summary, which includes due dates and such. For the course summary, you can also go over here to the calendar. It will have due dates and everything all typed in. This aligns with the course calendar that you have in your syllabus. Now each module is available here and it aligns with the weeks. So you'll go into the module. There'll usually be an introduction explanation video. There isn't one for week 1. Then it'll have our objectives for the week, what you need to complete and by when, and any additional information. Now if you want to look at one of the assignment pages, they'll be housed in the weeks that pertain to it, but they're also down here at the bottom of the modules. So if you just want to get to one of the assignment pages, you can just go right down here. Your grades will be posted on Canvas when assignments come back. You can also connect to your Google Drive because we'll be using that for the unit plan. And you can also connect to your classmates here on People. All right, as we get started, please let me know if you have any questions or concerns as we get going on this semester, and I look forward to working with you.